Hi there, I care and you matter. I'm Shannon and welcome to my channel. Here I share stories, strategies, and solutions to help you bounce back, stress less, and ultimately feel better. And today I'm going to talk about when and why I use gel pens. Now, first of all, let's talk about what my favorite gel pen is. It's called the Pilot G2, specifically the Bold Point 1.0 millimeter. And you can see on their packaging, it's very clearly labeled that. Now, I like to use blue ink for just everyday writing, but I also like to invest in the pack of 10 pens. Now, I like the 10 colors because it's just enough to give me a broad range of colors for color coding and notes and things, but it's not too many that I'm not going to use them. I hate it when you get a huge, wide variety of colors and you find that you use probably maybe 5 to 6 colors over and over again, and those run out, but then there's like, a stash of, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 other pens colors that you just don't use. I don't foresee myself using a pea green or a brown ink much. So I find that the 10 pack is perfect for me. And I can usually find the 10 pack very cheap at Target or Walmart or even Amazon. The 10 pack costs about roughly $12, which makes them, about $1.20 each, which to me, these pens last forever. So to me, that's worthwhile. And I work and live and write and record my videos in a little closet. It's a walk-in closet that I've converted to my office space. And so anything I use has to earn the real estate that I give it. And I find that the 10-pack absolutely does that. So I wanted to show you that. But next, let's get into the gel pen, the blue, that I use all the time. They come just like this, the Pilot G2, and they're 1.0 millimeter. And to me, this is nothing pretty. There's nothing wrong with it. I love the grip on the pen. It's a rubber comfort grip. I love the barrel. I love the fact that it's a clicky pen. I don't have to worry about a cap. However, I like to enjoy the things that I use because I find office supplies, they are my hobby. So I deserve to have pretty office supplies. And so Pilot offers the G2 line in different, they call them fashion or limited edition. And they actually have some metal barrel pens, Pilot G2 pens that are pretty. Oh, they're gorgeous. They're solid stainless steel. They're frosted metal. I have some somewhere, but truth be told, I don't use them. Why? Because they're heavy. They're heavy as heck. And I have psoriatic arthritis. So the pens that I use on a daily basis need to be lightweight, not just pretty, or I'm not going to use them. Hence, I don't even know where they went. I might have given them away. But they have plenty in their fashion line. I love this. It looked like blue marble. Blue is my favorite color. And I love these polka dot ones. I love polka dots to begin with. I think they're fun. And I love the fact that the barrel is white, which makes this pen easy to find in my dark purse or in my pencil pouch. In fact, here's my pencil pouch that I carry with me. And just opening it at a glance, you can see very easily, oh yeah, there's my everyday pen. So if I'm just going to write a list, or if I'm jotting down groceries or working in my planner, I go for the white pen. It's easy for me to find. But again, the polka dots keep it fun. So most of the time, their fashion pens come with black ink, which I loathe. So I either buy the refill pack, which comes in 2s. You can get these very cheap on Amazon. Or I just buy a pack of the regular Pilot G2 pens. And then I take them apart. They just unscrew just like this. And I take the blue out. And then I take the fashion pen, take it apart. Take the black cartridge out and then put that in the blue and then give it to my hubby. In a previous video I shared, my hubby, he don't care what color the ink is. If it writes and if it's close at hand, he'll use it. He's an aficionado when it comes to and a collector of vintage video games. So I couldn't care less about Ataris and oh goodness, can I come up with 3 vintage systems? Sega Genesis, Atari, and can I do it? Vectrex. Okay, there we go. I couldn't care less about any of those things, but I indulge his hobby, and well, he encourages mine. So that's what the pens look like. But when do I use, say, a gel pen over a ballpoint pen? Specifically when I'm working on an index card. You would rarely see me writing with a ballpoint pen on an index card. And these are just a couple of my favorite index cards. These are the Oxford Heavyweight 3x5 index cards. And I'll leave links for everything down below so that you can check it out. But index cards and gel pens, whew, it's like they were made for each other. The ink just glides across the index card. And generally speaking, if I'm writing something on an index card, I want it for safekeeping. It's something that I'm going to reference for a while. And that's another reason why I use gel pens. The Pilot G2, one, they're acid-free. Two, they're archival safe, which means, well, these are going to last. But to be honest with you, I used to be all caught up in that. Ballpoint pens are going to last. The ink from a ballpoint pen is going to last too. So while I do take that into consideration, the archival safe and the acid-free, generally speaking, it's just simply how it feels to write on the index card. I like the feel of the gel. It lays down differently. And speaking of that, it writes differently on notebook paper too. Another, when would I use my gel pen? When my hands hurt, aka today. It is infinitely easier to write with a gel pen than with a ballpoint pen, and here's why. With a ballpoint pen, you may or may not know, there is a tiny little metal ball at the tip, and the ink actually gets onto the paper by the movement of that ball rolling and rubbing against the paper and transferring the ink. So you actually have to have a certain amount of pressure between the metal ball point of the pen pressing and rolling across the paper. That's work on your part. You're actually doing that work. With a gel pen, there might be a ballpoint on there, but it is a gel ink, so it actually flows out of the tip of the pen. So you're going to have to apply far less pressure. So it takes very little pressure to write on notebook paper as well. My handwriting is not great this morning because, like I said, my hand is killing me, specifically my thumb. So I would opt to use a gel pen today. And I like having the different options because it doesn't mean that I can't write, even though I'm not feeling great. It means that I change the tool that I use. So another few reasons why I use gel pens, the color selection. Like I said before, if you want more than 10 colors, go for it. They offer these in massive collections. I just prefer the pack of 10 for economic reasons. It's cheap, and I don't have space. But infinite color options in a gel pen versus a ballpoint. The smooth and easy ink lay down, they're easy to use. They offer a comfortable grip and barrel, at least the Pilot G2s. It's a rubberized grip, and it's easy for me to switch out the ink cartridges. That's even easy. The Pilot G2s are also longer lasting than other gel pens. As you can see, their ink cartridge is massive. I've seen some of the Bic. Well, let's take a look at that. Some of the Bic pens are not as big at all. Can I open this? Oof, there we go. Look at the size of those the ink cartridges, not the barrel, sorry. Let me move this. Look at the size of that. There's a crap ton of ink in that. So I know that the investment, even though it's small, in the gel pen is going to, granted, you're going to use it faster, but there's a crap ton of ink in there. It's going to be, I'm getting more than my $1.20's worth, money's worth out of this pen. And again, we already discussed that it's acid-free and archival safe. They're relatively expensive. The last thing, or the last reason why I use them is they are retractable. It's kind of a fancy pen, but they're super easy to use because I just, push that little switch at the top and I don't have to deal or fuss with any lids. Now, there is one con to gel pens in general, including the Pilot G2. It can take a minute. Not a minute. It can take a moment to dry. And when I say that, I'm not talking, it's not a great deal of time. It's not a huge investment. But let me show you what I mean. And let's get this out of the way, and let me go back to the index card. Gel pens, it's almost, I think of it like paint or watercolor. These gel pens are water-based, and when they dry, they're water resistant. They are not waterproof. So when I do use a gel pen to write in my planner, I have to be very careful. You will never catch me without an iced tea. Iced tea is my drink of choice. But condensation gets all over the cup and often will drip all over my desk. So I have to be very careful about keeping my planner away from my iced tea when I use my gel pen. But it doesn't take too long. But let me show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to write the word dry. Now watch. You can see right there it's smeared. Now let's write the word dry again. Wait a few seconds. And see, what was that? 2 seconds? 1, 2, 3. 3 seconds. So it's not a great deal of time, but when you're writing, it is a downside. It is a con, because when you're writing with a ballpoint, oh, that smeared a little bit too. Not a whole lot. But this obviously smears a great deal more than the ballpoint. But I can tell you right now, this was harder to write with than the gel pen was. So that is a rundown of when and why I use gel pens, specifically the Pilot G2 Bold 1.0. Again, I'll leave links for all this below. These are my favorite gel pens, and I hope that if you haven't already given them a try, you'll invest a couple bucks and give them a try too. I hope that you enjoy them as much as I do. That's it for this video. I want to thank you for watching, and if you're not already a subscriber, I invite you to join our community where we talk about all things office supplies, journaling, stories, strategies, and solutions to ultimately help you bounce back, stress less, and feel better. That's it for today's video, and I will catch you next week. Thanks. Bye-bye.